always present.
Back into what you were saying about parenting and raising children being such a huge opportunity as a catalyst for that growth and evolution, because often being around children is quite triggering, or I find that it can be quite triggering because it is triggering what has been suppressed within me. Whatever, the 3-year-old having a meltdown is my 3-year-old that wanted to have a meltdown and couldn't. And that's a bit uncomfortable. It's like, oh, that's a bit sore, you having a meltdown. And so it's such a huge opportunity for, well, in a way, I almost feel like it's been at the same time a reparenting of myself, at the same time as wanting to respond differently to that child in that moment than the way maybe I was responded to as that 3-year-old or 5-year-old. And then kind of taking that opportunity to repattern that within myself and reparent myself, which benefits me and the child. So it's like you get to take care of both at the same time.
Absolutely. But I feel like this is where, in this generation, as we are, we're not the trailblazers. This has been happening for a while, but on a very small scale. And so we're still in the transitional space. We're still in the generation of we were the ones suppressed,
Yeah.
So for our children, it will be much easier. They will still be unraveling some things, but they'll be another step further along the way. But we're in this like, I'm confronted with the suppression that I received through being confronted by you wanting to be a free spirit and being expressed in front of me. And then we are so, memory habitual beings, and we respond the way we how we mirror, we mirror what was.
Especially when we're triggered.
Yes. And so it's, the holistic parenting movement that has been created is this, it's acknowledging that it's a challenge. It's not just like, oh, it's really easy to do. No, you have to
just meditate.
You have to look at all your childhood wounds constantly.
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to be humbled by them, and to be, to choose something different, and to make mistakes, and to apologize, and to find new ways, and to communicate, and so this movement to holistic parenting is acknowledging we are the generation of making quite a significant change, in the paradigm. And then it will be much easier, and then the shifts will be smaller because there'll be a lot, we'll have done the groundwork to shift some of that, but it will still be, they still grew in our bellies and were around us, and they felt our trauma and our being as they grew, and so they will still have some of that to unfold when they become parents, and so on and so forth. So
and I also see holistic parenting as being beyond just the family unit as well, because I feel like the way we have a responsibility as a society to raise children with the perspective of the way we raise them being the seeds that we plant for the future. And I notice this so much when I'm out with children, or even just not when I'm with children, because I'm kind of often in that mindset. When I'm out and about moving around, I can't help noticing how unfriendly in general the way we do life is to children. Like sitting in an airport, or even just the way shops are set up, just so many aspects of society are not conducive to childhood, which to me seems backwards. So I see holistic parenting also being applying to the way we actually do life as a collective, that places childhood at the center because of how essential the way we raise them is to the way life's going to go for the collective, and what's going to be created, and what kind of experience we're co-creating together. So I see it's so key, and I see it why applying it to the family units and the way we're educating children plants the seeds for that shift on a larger scale within society to make to create a society that's friendly. It's friendly and compassionate and conducive to childhood, so that everywhere children look and go, like their beingness is supported, and not just, in their space at home, which is still beautiful and obviously the seed of that. But imagine if that's on a large scale, that everywhere they go, that's what they experience.